this is Tiare here. I'm going to be making a type of lumpia, but it's like my own type of style, kind of with like a Portuguese Hawaiian style lumpia. These are the ingredients that you're going to need for this lumpia. You're going to need some lumpia wrappers. You can get that at your local Asian or Filipino store. I like this brand, Menlo. It doesn't have eggs. Right here I have some Gouveia Hawaiian sausage, well, Portuguese sausage, and that has like no MSG. I have 2 cans of whole water chestnuts you can find in the Asian grocery store. So it's kind of like a mixture of Asian, Portuguese, Hawaiian style. I also have 2 cans of sliced olives. See, they're 3.8 ounces, and then the chestnuts are like 5 ounces, actually 8 ounces. So you're gonna need 2 of those, 2 cans. We're gonna cut it, dice it up into small pieces. 2 cans of olives sliced, some aloha shoyu, Hawaiian shoyu, some garlic powder, you can add as much as you like, some pepper, a large can of tomato paste, some extra virgin Spanish olive oil, that's 1.5 pounds of pork, that's 15 cloves of garlic here, some onion, like a powdered onion. So that's all what we're going to use, and I'm going to cut up everything first and then I'll put it in the pan and fry it. Okay, so in a large pan I have some oil, olive oil in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the pork in here. It's on medium heat right now, and I'm going to saute that. It looks like a lot of oil. This is actually olive oil, so it's actually good for you. Break it apart a little, and I'm going to add the cloves of garlic while it's a little bit raw. And that's the reason why I do that, is because if it's a little bit raw, the pork will have flavor from the garlic. What I like to do is I like to add pepper and my garlic powder and my onion powder. Some of my onion powder. I like a lot of seasoning. Garlic powder. I'm going to stir this around a little bit. And then I'm going to add also some soy sauce. Just a little bit of soy sauce. Okay. You can add, you don't have to add soy sauce if you don't have it. And what I also want to do is now add butter chestnuts as well. And let that all soak up the flavors in there. You can see that the oil, there's not much oil on the bottom now. And the last thing I'm going to do is add that Portuguese sausage inside as well. It's already cooked, but I like to cook it better than that. So I'm just going to kind of cook this for a few minutes, and I'll show you what it looks like after. Okay, so I've been cooking it for about 7 minutes. So I'm just going to add the olives in there. I drained them. This is going to make it taste good. This would be so different from Filipino lumpia. Okay, so I'm going to just cook that a little bit for a couple of minutes, and then I'm going to add the tomato paste in there. So the next thing I'm going to add is the tomato paste. I'm going to add the whole can in here. Okay, so I just added the tomato paste in here. I don't use tomato sauce because it doesn't caramelize. It has a little bit more sweeter, more concentrated tomato taste to it. So I'm just mixing that up. And if it's a little too dry, you can just add a little bit water, just a tiny bit like that, to help it cook. Like that. So I'm going to stir that. I'm going to cook it for another, I like to say another 5 minutes, but kind of lower down your heat now. That way it doesn't burn. I'll show you that in 5 minutes. Okay, so it was cooking for about 5 minutes. You can just let it, cover it up and let it cook in the remaining heat. And while I do that, I'm going to be separating the lumpia wrappers. I'm not sure if you saw my other videos of making lumpia, but I'll show you that. Okay, so this is the lumpia wrappers. You have to work really quickly on this or else it will dry out. So what you got to do is, it's very thin, these sheets, and it comes frozen. You want to leave it frozen until you're ready to actually cook it. You want to thaw it out when you're ready. See how thin it is? So, oops, sometimes it breaks like that. You just want to kind of be careful when you're taking it apart. You can even turn your plate around. It makes it easier. See how thin it is? So I'm going to keep continuing to do that until the end. And you might want to cover it with a damp paper towel if you take a long time unpeeling this. And I want to tell you, it's still a little cold to the touch when you're doing this. You don't want it to completely thaw out. See how I'm kind of working with it with my hands like that? So I'll show you what it looks like after. And I'll put the meat inside, the filling in. Okay, so I got the wrappers all peeled like that. So I'm going to show you how I wrap this. I have the meat here. It's still a little warm. You're going to get the wrapper, and then you're going to get a nice heaping full of filling right here. You're going to put it kind of towards the bottom. You're going to fold that, fold. You're going to get this side like that, and you're going to get that side, and then you're going to wrap it just like that. And if it pokes through, it's okay because you still have a little bit more wrapper. See it? So it's just like that. So I'm going to continue on, and I'm going to show you what it looks like after I do that. Okay, so I wrapped all of these, and there's more here, there's more there, and my husband started cooking it. He just wanted to get a light golden brown, and then you're going to put it onto like a napkin like that, and you want it upright because you want all those oils to drip down. Okay, so this is the cooked one, and this one has to be cooked. Okay, so I have a bowl of rice there, and it's best to eat it with rice. So I'm just going to place one right there, and I'm going to show you what it looks like in here. Sorry about my lighting, it's not very well. So this is my Hawaiian Portuguese style lumpia. It has a fusion of Filipino, Portuguese. A lot of Hawaiians like to add like their Portuguese sausage and rice. So hope you can make this.